Hello, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My sweet cat Luna. So, whenever you're ready, go ahead, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth a few times. Let the body move any way it wants to. A few more big breaths. Once you're happy with your big breaths, let's roll the shoulders. So, we'll just do both shoulders, inhaling forward and up, exhaling back and down. Change direction, start rolling forward. Okay, back again just a few times. And now, relax the shoulders down the back, little bend in the knees, arms loose and relax. Let's just swing side to side. A few more. We'll make gentle fists and tap the shoulder well and somewhere along the low back kidney area, tapping gently. Few more. Okay, come back to center. Let's get into our feet and legs a little more. So we'll stagger the feet, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, the toes of the back foot around the ankle of the front foot. And we're just going up and down. So we inhale, lifting up the heels, exhale, coming back down. Just lifting as much as is comfortable. As always, we can imagine an upward pull through the crown. Okay, we'll switch. So the other foot comes forward. So the back foot, the toes line up around the ankle of the front foot. And same thing, up and down. I like inhaling up, exhaling down, but we do it however you like. Okay, shake it out. Let's go right into our standing poses. So if you have blocks, have them close by. And let's start in a warrior one. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. I like to keep the feet wide. Bend in the front leg. Back leg nice and strong. You can imagine your back leg like inner spiraling. Whatever you feel like with the arms, we'll just start with a few breaths. Perfect. If the arms are up, release them. Straighten the front leg. So we have two fairly straight legs. We have little bends in the knees. We'll do our pyramid pose. So the hips are in a line. We open up through the chest. And when you're ready, start to tilt from those hips. So just seeing where we want to go for today. So we might be above parallel, we might be parallel, or maybe below. Here's where the blocks come in. First of all, if we don't have blocks or you don't feel like using them, you can just have the hands stay on the hips or on your front leg. If you like the blocks, either side, hands to blocks, if they comfortably reach. Now the hip of the front leg draws back and the hip of the back leg draws forward, making sure the hips are in a line. Spine nice and long. Even if you're folding below parallel, keep lengthening through the spine. So we'll take 5 or so more breaths here, wherever we're feeling good. Okay. So come about halfway or above if you're above parallel. Bend the front knee. Grab your blocks or just use the hands if you don't have blocks. And make a tripod with the 2 hands and the front foot. Shift the weight into the front foot and see if the back leg is willing to lift. Now we'll press back through the heel and forward through the crown of the head. Okay, so now we're going to see if we can lift up without touching this foot to the ground. And of course, it can't touch. So we'll just do whatever we need to do. Let's start by curling the leg in, round through the back. And engage the low belly and see if it's possible to come up and bring the leg up. So we'll all meet in a version of here with the leg up. See if we can grab it with the opposite hand and take ourselves into a twist. Just doing our best as always. Okay, give ourselves a little shake. Now let's set up on the other side. So we start with a warrior one. So the distance between the feet, whatever feels good for today. Like before, I like them a little bit wide, so there's lots of room for my hips to point forward. Nice bend in the front leg. Nice strong back leg. And whatever you feel like with the arms. Long deep breaths, rooting down with the lower body and rising up through the upper body. Okay, lengthen through both legs, hands to hips. Open up through the chest. Nice inhale. And with an exhale, start to tilt. So let's take our time. The front hip is pulling back, the back hip's pulling forward. See where the hands want to go. Maybe on the leg, maybe on the blocks. And see where the upper body wants to go. So maybe above parallel, parallel, or below. Long, deep breaths. Okay, let's get ready for our warrior three prep. So we bend the front knee, walk the blocks forward, make the tripod with the foot and the two blocks, shift the weight, lift that back leg, stretch through the heel and the crown. Curl in, bending the standing leg, come up to fingertips, engage the core, and see if you can come up with a leg up. Once you're up, opposite hand to the knee, and we take ourselves into a twist. Okay, come out of it. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, let's make our way back down to the mat. We'll go through a little sun salutation, but if you don't feel like doing that, you can just go straight into a downward facing dog or a child's pose. Okay, somewhere near the top of the mat, inhale, open up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands to earth, step back to plank. Take a breath or two. Lower knees, chest, chin. And let's do some cobra up downs. So sorry if I said to go straight to down dog or child's pose. Come onto your belly and do some cobra up downs. So inhale up, exhale down. Go with your breath. Okay, let's all take it back to child's pose. If it feels good, you can shift through the hips, maybe roll the forehead on the floor. Okay, all fours. Let's start. Don't worry too much about where the hands or the knees are. I'm a little wider than stacked. That's fine. So let's just circle over the wrists. Other direction. Okay, we'll make our way to downward facing dog. Or you can go back to child's pose if you prefer. For down dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press back. And again, we might want to add some movement. So if that feels good, maybe walk the feet. Another breath or two. Okay, come back to all fours. And let's just sit. You can also stand on the knees if sitting like this is uncomfortable. Or put yourself in any other position. We're just going to take a moment to release the wrists. So just do some circles. Other direction. Perfect. Okay, get our blocks ready. We'll do a lunge and then a little extra emphasis into the hips. So to come into it, we can be on all fours or down dog. Let's extend one leg, take a few breaths. Okay, inhale. And with the exhale, curl into ourselves, curl the knee in, look forward, bring the foot forward. If you're on all fours, you can help yourself with a hand. Okay, if you came from down dog, put your back knee down. Let's all grab our blocks, either side of the foot. If you don't have blocks, you can just put your hands on your own leg. And we'll just start here. So we'll let the hips just kind of like shift forward. Find a little lift through the heart and the crown. And as always, our long, deep breaths. For the next set of breaths, if you find it appealing, you can see if we can lift the lower back leg. Now the trick is to keep shifting the hips forward even when we lift the lower back leg. Okay, come on down. Now, I'll show you as best I can. I'm kind of on the wrong side. We'll move the block back and your front foot, see if you can just walk it outside your mat. And then take your blocks to the inside of the foot. Now they can stay up high or maybe come a little lower. And we'll see how comfortable we are to come down as much as we comfortably can. So maybe the forearms. You could also be on the second height of the block, so you're like not super high, but not super low. And of course, you can absolutely stay on the hands. So see what feels good. And that front leg, we could go onto the outer edge of the foot and just kind of play with like yawning the hip open. So wherever we are, let's breathe into those hips a few more. Okay, bring the leg back. Let's come into a child's pose with the hands on the blocks. If you want something a little more dynamic, you could do down dog with the hands on the blocks. Okay, we'll come back to all fours or down dog, however you want to go into it. It's our starting position. Extend the other leg. Take a few breaths. Okay, inhale. And with the exhale, curl into ourselves. So bring the knee in, round through the back, look forward, foot comes forward. If you're on all fours, you can help it with the hand. If you came from down dog, lower the back knee. Set up your blocks if you're using them. And just let those hips just kind of like lean forward. Find a lift through the heart and the crown, and let's breathe. If it feels good, you can lift to the lower back leg, but keep the hips forward. So I know the body will kind of want to like stick the butt back. So resist that urge and keep the hips moving forward. Okay, bring the leg down if it's up. Move the outer block to the inside and walk that foot outside the mat. Now set up the blocks whatever way you like. And if it's comfortable, maybe come down to the forearms. But you can absolutely stay on the hands. This front leg, maybe roll onto the outer edge of the foot. So you can add a little movement, you can stay still, whatever you like. Let's breathe into the hips. Okay. We'll make our way either back to all fours. So child's pose with hands on blocks or down dog, hands on blocks. If you don't have blocks, just a regular version of whichever you like. Okay. Wherever you are, let's make our way to sitting. So you can absolutely sit on something. So maybe the blankets, maybe blocks. But we're going to do a leg movement. So we want to have a little obstacle outside the feet. Something that's the same height on either side. So I'm using my blocks. But if you're sitting on your blocks, just put something just so you have something to work with. Okay, so first things first, let's find our sit bones so we can kind of move the flesh away. Sit up nice and tall, pulling the toes towards us. We'll just take a few breaths here. Okay, so now staying upright. So we want to, as much as possible, avoid leaning back in order to lift the leg. So we stay as upright as we can. We can have the hands on the floor. We'll lift a leg outside the block and then inside the block. Other side, outside the block, inside the block. So just go side to side. Couple more like this. Okay, now the next time the leg comes outside the block, leave it there. Bring the other leg outside the block. Take the blocks and put them outside the legs. And now we'll do the same thing, just a little wider. So we try our best to stay upright, avoid leaning back. Outside the block, inside the block, outside the block, inside the block. Just a few. Last one. Okay, relax those legs. Whew. All right, now we can lean back. So we can lean back into the hands. Let's look at the feet and just point and flex. Okay, from here, let's rotate our ankles. Other direction. Okay, let's set up for our twist. So bottom leg long or top leg, either inside or outside. Bottom leg engaged, pulling the toes towards us if it's extended, of course. Interlace around the knee, proud, open chest, long, deep breaths. Relax the belly. Okay, when you feel ready, take it into the twist, twisting towards the bent leg. Okay, back to center, pick up the leg, give it a rock, circle, other direction, foot inside the thigh, lengthen through the spine. And just take a little moment. Okay, keeping a length through the spine, a slight twist towards the long leg. So opposite hand to leg, back hand behind, in just a few breaths. Okay, come back to center. For the other side, bring the soles of the feet together. Might like to do like a little butterfly movement with the knees. Might like to give ourselves a little foot massage. Okay, we can relax the legs. So one more thing here, a few cat cows. So we can hold on to the ankles or wherever it's comfortable. Inhale as we move the chest forward. Exhale as we round back. So just within a comfortable range of motion. Okay, let's set up for the twist on the other side. So see what your bottom leg wants to do. See where your top leg wants to be. Interlace around the knee, a couple breaths. Take it into the twist. Twisting towards the bent leg. Okay, come back to center. Pick up the leg, give it a rock. Circle. Other direction. Foot inside the thigh. Lengthen through the spine. Take a little moment. Relax the shoulders. And when you're ready, slight twist towards the long leg. Okay, back to center. Last time, the soles of the feet together. If you want to add a little movement through the hips, go ahead. And then we'll come back to center. See if we can open the feet up like a book. Notice what happens in the hips as we open the feet. And then if you like, if it feels good in your body, we can add a little forward bend. So inhaling as we lengthen, exhaling as we tilt. Just a few breaths. Okay, come out of it. Bring the knees in. Let's make our way onto the back. So something a little different. We haven't done this in a while. Let's take our time coming onto the back. So like curling down. We can extend the arms. If you have any like back issues, maybe just skip this and come down however you normally do. And if you're okay here, try to do it section by section. So not skipping anything, especially when you get to that lower back. And once you finally come down, just take a little moment. So we'll do some pelvic tilts. So let's bring the hands underneath the backs just so we can get a little more sensation. So move the hips towards the thighs and slide the hands under the back. You can also shift to the side and make more room to bring the hands under the back. So the hands under the low back. So we inhale, move the hips towards the thighs, making more space for the hands. Exhale, move the hips towards the head and squish, squish, squish the hands into the earth. So press the low back into the hands, pressing them into the earth. So we inhale, tilt forward, make more space. Exhale, tilt back, crush the hand. So go at your own pace. Inhaling forward, exhaling, pressing the back into the hands. Now, depending how comfortable you are with this movement, we can maybe lift one leg and continue the same movement. Inhaling the hips forward, making more space. Exhaling, tilting back, pressing the back into the hands. And now notice if one side's pressing a little more and try to keep it even. Okay, if you're working with the leg up, switch legs. Same thing. Okay, both feet down, just a couple more. Notice the difference when both feet are down and when one is up. Okay, come back to center. Tuck the knees in. And go into any version of twist that you like. Okay, once you're happy with your twists, set yourself up for relaxation. So maybe legs extended, maybe legs bent leaning one into the other, maybe something under the knees. If you need something under the head like a pillow, go right ahead. Take your time, get as comfortable as possible. Let's give ourselves permission to relax. Okay. Let's start to gently wake the body mind. Inviting movement once it feels good. Eventually giving ourselves a full body. And once nice and stretched, knees to chest. Do a few double knee tucks, inhaling the knees away, exhaling to the chest. Okay, rock side to side. All the way to one side. Take a few breaths. And with the strength of the arms, we'll press up. Make our way into any comfortable seated position. And let's just take a moment, relaxing into the upward pull through the crown. Feeling all the parts of the body touching the earth. Relaxing into the natural movement of breath. Okay, we'll close our practice with a bow. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good practice. I'll see you Thursday over on Google Meet and then back here on YouTube on Friday. So have an amazing day and I'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you again.